Oh, dude. For some reason,
What?
that totally reminded me of something.
I can tell.
That I've been wanting to ask you about. There recently was a documentary that was released about Action Park.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
It's fascinating. So what is your experience? I have to know.
Action Park. First of all, it was like it was a New Jersey rite of passage to break your arm at Action Park.
Yes, yes.
It was an amazing place. I loved it when I was a kid. It was this water park with that was just, it was a free for all. Like when you go to a place like Disney, it's very curated. You know, there's lots of people around. Make sure you stay on certain paths. Action Park was just this water park where like the only lifeguards were, you know, basically teenage kids that were, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years older than you were when you were a little kid. And they were mostly high. And they would just be like, yeah, whatever. And just, you would constantly hear kids like falling and screaming. It was awesome. I mean, it was, in retrospect, it was very dangerous.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, that was summer in New Jersey, man. Action Park.
So did you ever get injured there?
Yes. Not too badly, but like, definitely like, I mean, there were like stone walls in the pools that like weren't sanded down, so you'd like brush up against them and your skin would be like, ah. So you'd have like these horrible, like rug burn kind of injuries, and yeah, like a lot of like bumps and bruises. I think I twisted my ankle a couple of times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like it was, but I don't. It's hard to explain, man. Now I really feel like I'm in my early 40s now. I really feel like childhood was distant. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like the time I grew up in was very, very different than times now.
Yeah.
Something like Action Park could never exist, and would immediately be called into question as soon as stuff started happening. But like, it's hard to explain, man. Like, it was just different times. Like, that was not even considered out of the ordinary. You know, like, if you hurt yourself, it was like, it builds character, you know, like that kind of shit.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
yeah.
What I'm mostly curious about is the one ride that's like it's like a luge, and you're on like a some kind of wheels or not or something, and it's just this long luge, and like you can just pick up so much speed that you just like fly up. Somebody died on it.
Oh yeah, I almost died on it. That was the thing where my friend Adam was on the little thing behind me. You were supposed to give the person ahead of you plenty of time to get down the stone luge, because it's a stone luge, you know? But there was no one safeguarding against that. So Adam would just like, as soon as I would go down, he would like jump on his luge and head down right after me and try to like pick up speed and try to like smash my cart Indiana Jones style, so I'd go flying off. And I could hear him coming, and he was singing the fight music from Star Trek. He was like it was terrifying.
Wow.
But that was our lives. That was our lives at the time. I mean, very fond memories because we survived.
Yeah. God, that's so
yeah, I never knew anyone who died or got seriously injured, but I did know people who got injured for sure.
Yeah.
Like plenty of like broken fingers and like sprained knees and stuff like that. It was fun. They used to call it Class Action Park.
Yes.
Do they talk about that?
That's the name of the documentary.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. I would love to see it for the nostalgia of it.
Did you ever see the tube loop?
Oh, they were building that. They didn't finish it, I don't think.
apparently it was just so fucking dangerous when they tested that they just
I remember
never
when they were
opened
building
it.
it. Yes, I remember when they were building it, and everyone was like, "That's so amazing! You'll be able to go upside down inside the tube." No one even remotely thought for a second, like, "Oh, we could die. We could die doing that."
It's like they showed like, you know, like recreations of like what it would be like if you went down there, and it's just like fucking vicious. You just like get up on that top, and your body just becomes like a tumbler. It's just like, like I don't know how they thought that was a good idea. It's because the creator of the park like engineered a lot of the rides, and he like wasn't an engineer.
Right. Yes, that I do remember reading about, like how he had no experience whatsoever at his job. He was just a dude who was. It was basically like if someone in their backyard had unlimited money to just create a theme park, and was like, "Oh, this would be fun," you know, and without any kind of, you know, testing or. Oh man, you just made me really nostalgic, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fucking wild to hear that, because it's like, yeah, I bet it would be. Like, I can believe it. But like, man, just hearing what that place was like, I'm like, God, I don't even know if I would ever go. Like, if I was a kid back then, I'd be fucking terrified.
Well, I mean, like, it's hard to explain. When you hear all the crazy stories put together, you're like, oh, it must have been nonstop pandemonium. But it really wasn't. Like, it was just, it was like lazy summer days, and most people were just, you know, in the little tubes going down the river rafting thing, and there was the wave pool, and I mean, yes, a kid died there, but like,
yeah, apparently the wave pool was like one of the most dangerous things.
Yeah, but most people didn't die in the wave pool. Like, I'm just saying, like, when you were there, it didn't feel like you were in immediate danger. It just felt like it was very lazy and like lax in its security and all stuff like that.
How many times did you go?
Oh, I mean, at least 20. It was a place you went like a couple times every summer. I think I can't be positive, but I think it was connected to Vernon Valley Great Gorge, the ski resort. So like in the winter it was skiing, and in the summer it was Action Park.
Yeah.
But I might be remembering that wrong. It's been a long time.
No, I believe you're right.
But that I think the last time I went was in high school, so 95, 96.
Fair. This is completely unfair.
Wow, that's a big old gator.